Hi, it's Dad here with Volume 2 of Dad Reads Horror Movie Reviews. I will read the next 5 horror movie reviews that I have written on Letterboxd. Letterboxd.com, Letterboxd, the application for mobile devices. Enjoy them with me, I will read them to you. Next 5 coming at ya now from Dad. As seen in Volume 1, here is my profile page for Letterboxd. I explained to you all in Volume 1 how the homepage layout is laid out. I read you my bio, kind of explained to you all my review style. So now we're going to get into the next 5 horror movies that I have reviewed. And let's scroll down to the diary section, which is right over here on the right side. So we'll click the diary. And this has all the horror movie reviews that I have written. We are starting back from the beginning. I read my first 5 reviews before. Now we're going to read my next 5. So we'll scroll down to the bottom. And the first ones I read were right here. There you can see them from Volume 1. Now from Volume 2, you can see the next 5. So let's get into the first review, shall we? Cube. Here it is. Cube, 1997. What happens when you throw a cliched tough guy, a doctor, a brainiac, a criminal, and a mentally handicapped person all together in a horror maze situation? The killer opening scene will tell you that most of them are going to die horrifically. Cube somewhat lives up to that statement. However, it is filled with annoyances. Horrific acting, stupid dialogue, math, and an irritating score. I also never knew that plastic buttons can carve into metal. The conclusion leaves us all with questions. A good horror movie keeps us guessing and lets us imagine the possibilities. Cube gives us enough to go on, but does not spoil it by a tell-everything ending. It is too bad it could not entice us with anything else enjoyable. My take is that the characters are stuck in purgatory, eventually finding their way to either heaven or hell. 2.5 stars, a below average rating. Paranormal Activity, 2007. Successful jump scare horror has flooded the market. I am not entertained by waiting for something to pop out at me. This is cheap horror that is being eaten up by the mainstream. If I want to get scared this way, I'll go to my local Halloween haunted house and have random people jump out at me. At least there is a cool setting. Yours and my local Halloween haunted houses put in more effort than Paranormal Activity. Talk, sleep, moving door, argue, Ouija board, banging, footsteps, douchey guy, stupid girl. Congratulations, you just watched Paranormal Activity. 2 stars. Bad. Review number 3, The Babadook, 2014. A contemporary horror film without jump scares? But how will it work? Oh no, that is not scary. Shame on you naysayers. Jump scares equals cheap thrills. The feeling of dread and uneasiness is what sets the true horror films apart from the others. The only reason why my star rating is lacking is because the ending needs some work. The lackluster conclusion leaves room for a sequel, but does not fulfill. It disappoints. Other than that, The Babadook is a sight for sore eyes in modern-day horror. I love the gloomy atmosphere to go with the gloomy characters. The Babadook's voice brings chills down my spine and excites my horror fancy. I need a real copy of this book to read to my kids. Now whenever they tell me they are hungry, Amelia's voice pops into my mind. If you're that hungry, why don't you go and eat shit? 3 stars. Average movie. Review number 4. The Hitcher, 1986. There is not that much to go on here, and that is why the plot suffers. How do you stretch out a simple horror idea that would be better as a short on Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt, etc.? They did the best they could. The remake sure as hell did not. A hitchhiker goes on a killing spree, but he does not need a ride. He needs a fix, a murder fix. He is going to try to kill you for no reason at all. He has no motive. You pick him up. He creeps you out. You kick him out of your car. You celebrate thinking, that was a close one. He somehow follows you. He sets you up for his previous highway murders. You get arrested. He then helps you escape, frames you again, exposes himself to get caught just to kill the girl you have taken a liking to. He finally gets caught, but kills the cops that catch him just so he can get to you again. You are out for revenge now, and find him, but he just stands there and lets you kill him like it was meant to be. You finally learned something today that all your elders told you when you first got your license. Do not pick up hitchhikers, because this elaborate random story could happen to you. Did you learn your lesson? 3 stars, an average movie. Review number 5, and the last review of Volume 2. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, 1986. Henry, a casual story about murder, molestation, and rape. It almost happens nonchalantly, with nothing to worry about like it is considered normal. This is intentional since we are watching how a serial killer views life. Apparently, these characters are comfortable enough telling each other their deepest, darkest secrets after they just meet. Becky, I was molested by my father. Nice to meet you. Harry, I killed my mother. Nice to meet you. Are we friends now? What is going on? Why does Harry stop to talk to an older lady about her dog while Otis is trying to rape Becky? What is the significance of that scene? I have no frickin' idea. It almost seems like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, has some sort of significant meaning or hidden message behind it. But I don't think this film is intelligent enough to do so. 2 stars. Bad. And I will see you next time on Dad Reads Horror Movie Reviews.